everybody. I am coming back to you with video number 3 in my homeschooling back to school series. And today I just want to share with you what my preschool curriculum choices are for this year. I kind of have mentioned in my first 2 videos that we didn't really spend money as we are getting ready for a new year on a curriculum. So I kind of wanted to show you what my plans are and what resources I am going to be using. So the first one I'm going to be using, I mentioned a lot last year, and it is the Peaceful Preschool. And we did purchase this curriculum last year, and it was, I think, around $30, and it's a literature-based curriculum. So this pretty much covers like a lot of the reading, and it incorporates math into that, and a lot of fine motor skills, life skills, that type of thing. Inside, it has categories like on the schedule for read aloud, phonics, counting skills, fine motor skills, large motor skills, practical life skills, and art skills. So this is kind of like the bones of our day, and then I'm kind of basing everything else that I do around this. So this was very reasonably priced and something I really like, and I think it's perfect start to preschool because she's just 4, so a lot of play and a lot of hands-on things are incorporated into this, so it gives us a lot of wiggle room for those things. So this is the bones of what we're going to be doing. We're going to be starting with the letter F because that's where we left off, because we bought it really late in the year last year. So that's where we're starting, so that'll give us until for this whole year, between that and like holidays and stuff like that. So I just kind of wanted to go through everything else I'm going to be using to go along with that. We're definitely using a lot of picture books. The library is going to be a great resource for us because we're going to be reading several picture books on a regular basis that go along with each letter that we're learning. But on top of that, we're going to be going through a few different other things. So I want to share that with you. I want to do a poetry tea time this year, so we'll see how that goes. But during poetry tea time, I'm going to be going through different poetry books. So I got this last year for the kids for Easter, and I didn't want to start it until this year, until we got like a new routine. So this is by A.A. I never remember how to pronounce this. Is it Milne? Oh my goodness. The Winnie the Pooh author. Now We Are 6. So we're going to start off with this one. I've heard it's beautiful poetry, so I'm really excited, and there are pictures in there for the kids, so I think that'll be really fun. Another read aloud that we're going to be doing, and I shared this in my back to school haul, is Charlotte's Web. I won't be doing poetry tea time every day. This will be once a week, and then the read aloud I'm hoping to do every day. So whatever day I do poetry tea time, then I won't read our read aloud book. So they're kind of intertwined. Next items I want to share with you are my Bible related items. One big resource we are going to be using is music. So the Gospel Coalition came out with the New City Catechism for Kids, and it's all songs teaching the kids like what they need to know about the Bible, what they need to know about God. It's called a catechism, but it's all in song form for kids. So I definitely plan on playing that every day because it's for you to memorize what you believe. So I think that's really important for kids to know that. So we are going to be incorporating that into our day every single day. We also are going to be using several different Bible resources throughout the week. So I'm just going to share with you which ones we're going to be using. We're not using all of these in one day. We're just going to be using these throughout the week. So one we have is The Biggest Story. And this, our church gave us, and I'm really excited. It looks kind of like, I haven't read this one yet, but it looks like it's all about how the snake crusher brings us back to the garden. So it seems kind of like it's in devotional form. I love the pictures and the illustrations, and I think this will be a really good foundation for God creating us and all of that. So I'm really excited to read that to the kids. Then staple is the Jesus Storybook Bible. This is our main storybook Bible. We have another one that we use also called the Beginner's Bible that is for a little bit younger, but now Leah is old enough to be reading the Jesus Storybook Bible. So we'll switch back and forth, but this will be our main storybook Bible. And then we also will be going through this book. It's called Everything a Child Should Know About God, and it just asks like different questions, and it goes through different answers and then it has like different scenarios and then different answers, like God made the first man and woman, and then it talks about it, and then it has the child repeat what they just learned. So I like that aspect of it. So those are the things that we'll be incorporating for Bible. Then we also have 2 different resource books that I'm really excited about that we used last year as well. The Farm Anatomy and Nature Anatomy books. I think this is a great way to incorporate science, and it has beautiful pictures, and this is definitely a book the kids will use for years and years and years. And it's also how we're going to be incorporating a lot of art, because we'll open these and kind of draw based off of a lot of those pictures. So we are going to be using these pretty much almost daily. So and we base how we use these off of our curriculum. So like I said, everything is structured off of the Peaceful Preschool, but we're kind of making our own things too. And then to go along with science, we also purchased this book called Women in Science, and it's 50 Fearless Pioneers Who Changed the World. And we're going to be going through one of these each week. And what's really neat is each one of these scientists are from a different country. So to incorporate science, we also are going to be incorporating social studies, and we'll open up the maps book whenever it talks about a different woman. So like, for example, there's a scientist from China, so we'll open up the maps book and look at China that day and things like that. And then we have our map behind us where we can look at it as well. So that's kind of how we'll be doing science and social studies. We also will be taking a look at a 50 state, one of the 50 states each week. So we'll pick one state, and then we'll do, we'll incorporate a coloring book, and then I also have a large 50 states map that is rolled up that I roll out and we'll color as we learn each state. So we'll go through each state one a week, and then we'll go through a different country a week too. I don't expect her to memorize all the facts. It's just, I feel like, an introduction. When you're in preschool, you're not like memorizing capitals and all these things. It's just like basic introduction of like hearing a state. Like we have family in Florida, Georgia, and a few other states, so she knows those specific states, but other states she's never heard of. So it's kind of just like general knowledge. And then I picked up this book that I think is really awesome. This is from the library. We haven't purchased it, but it's definitely going on my wish list. It is A Year Full of Stories, 52 Folk Tales and Legends from Around the World. And I've read a few, and it is awesome. It brings like a story for each week of the month, and so it has 52. And it just talks about like different stories from all over the world. So I think it's a great way to incorporate literature and social studies, which is the main goal of our curriculum, to incorporate everything back into literature, because literature is the base of how we're teaching. So then for math, some supplemental things. The curriculum has a few math things, but I am stretching out the curriculum for 2 weeks. So I do need to come up with a few supplemental things. So far I have found these math lacing cards that I need to cut out and hole punch, but I think this will be a great fine motor activity and also reviewing how to form numbers. And then I also, which I'll leave that was a free printable, so I'll leave it linked down below. And then I'm also going to be doing this puzzle matching. So kind of, it shows the number 1, a number 1 die, and then the letter 1. So I think it's a great way to review number concepts. And then we'll be doing like a lot of patterns, do a dot, using manipulatives, like we have the counting bears, we have pattern blocks, things like that. A lot of the supplemental manipulatives will be incorporating into our daily math time. So that's kind of what we're going to be doing there. And then I also mentioned this in my previous back to school haul, that we are going to be doing a lot of art and different things like that. So I just have notebooks for that. So we'll have our paint supplies and our notebooks, and we'll be just incorporating like the resources and books that we're looking at with our art. So that's kind of what we'll be doing. But like the main curriculum we are using is Peaceful Preschool. Then we're adding our own supplements. We also use a lot of the resources that Simply Learning Kid provides, and she provides those resources for free. So I come up with a lot of my own ideas, but then I also use a lot of her ideas. I will be sharing a video with my favorite homeschool resources, and I'm constantly getting ideas from other homeschool moms too. which is awesome and a great, I feel like we live in a great time to be homeschooling because it's like such a big community where I feel like there was a time where homeschooling was not a big thing, so you didn't have anyone to share your ideas with and get ideas from. So I think that is really awesome. But this is the bones of what we are going to be doing this year. It's definitely a lot of free play, a lot of hands-on things. I'm hoping to get outside a lot. I am already 20 weeks pregnant, so we'll see how much I can get outside, but my hope is for us to get outside a lot too. So anyways, that is our video for today. I hope you enjoyed seeing what my curriculum and resources are for this year. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask, and I'll make sure I leave those 2 principles I shared with you in the comments or in the description box down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow for video number 4. Bye!